Welcome back, everyone. Um, so it's been a minute since I've streamed on YouTube. It's been about, as you can see, the last time I played this game was, um, hang on 1 second. There we go. It's a little bit better. So as you can see, it's been since April 17th since I've streamed this game. Kind of took a long break over the month of halfway through April, halfway through May. Almost the entire month of May, actually. So kind of needed a break from everything. Was kind of moving jobs, getting that in order. I'm still working 2 jobs at the moment, but that should be ending around the second week of June, and then I'll be strictly Monday through Friday in the mornings. So this is helping me move to, instead of me being a workaholic of just constantly being on my feet, constantly, whatnot. So I will eventually get back to a more consistent streaming platform, especially since I'll have evenings eventually available again, and whatnot. So, but I did not forget about this series. I still have Hogwarts Legacy series that I started last year. That gameplay is still there. I took a pretty much over a year break from that game, actually. I am starting to filter out World of Warships Legends a little bit more because honestly I'm tired of the game. I don't really care about the game anymore. Just for lackluster, they're just not inventive. Don't mind me, I have a dog right here. And this is Luna. I know you guys can't see her, but this is Luna. Alright, so I'm just kind of try to get on, but Legends is, to me, going the way of the dinosaur for me. I might drop videos every now and then. I still do sort of a stream on Saturday mornings, but that may change in the near future. I may play it, but I may not stream it. I'd rather do videos just to get content, but honestly, I could really care less about it. One of my favorite games that I played for over a decade, or damn near a decade, was Destiny. As you guys, if you guys aren't aware, June 9th is the last DLC or last drop of any content for that game, other than maybe updates here and there. So it's kind of a little bit saddening, because I haven't played that game since about December. But I played D1, I played D2, so it's kind of disheartening. So I will be doing a live stream of that on June 9th, or either that week. June 11th is my last day for the other job, so I might actually do it June 12th, make it a Friday stream. I'm jumping back on there, but I will jump on June 9th just to jump on there, and whatnot. So, not really sure what game is going to take up my time anymore. Eventually this series will end because, we're trying to get to the end where we save Voyager and get her home. Through this series, through 10 episodes so far, we have kind of doing like a recap because it's been a minute. We're about to enter Sector 6, which is about halfway through the gameplay. And go from there. I don't know what's coming after Sector 6. I have it on my PC as well, but I haven't really been playing the game at all. So, but yeah. So, I do want to show this because I tried to show it a month ago, and I guess the update had not come to console yet. It was on PC. But the new thing they add is if you start a new game, you can see where it says custom. So if you customize, you can customize what you want. You can have a customized adventure mode, you can customize survival mode, and you can customize Years of Hell. So technically you could have Years of Hell, but you can make it a little bit harder. So challenge mode disables. So you can kind of get rid of everything, you know, and whatnot. So, but yeah, this is a way to customize it if you don't want to just go with the cookie cutter. But for now, let's jump into loyalties because I don't remember where the hell I left off. Starting, wait. Continue game. Yes. So Sector 5, I think we're at the end. So of Sector 5 because I kind of did everything before then. Let's go and get to the gameplay. Looks like we're full up on resources. Yeah, we're pretty full up on resources. Yeah, so we're on the next sector. Let's take a look at the ship, see where we left off with everything. We're level 5. I think we can go up to unlock. Yeah, so we're not at level 6 yet. We have a large battery compartment. I think we kind of turned off stuff. Waste assembler. We don't really have weapons a whole lot built, which I did a lot in my PC version, but that's okay. Holodeck turned off. Biolab turned off. Okay. I'm just kind of trying to see where we left off. It looks like we're kind of already built out. I have stuff turned off we don't need on. So let's go ahead and jump to... Oh, that was just making us sick. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump to Sector 6. But I hope everyone has a good Memorial Day weekend. I'll talk about more about that in a minute.
Lieutenant Tuvok. Voyager has departed Kazon space, and Kulla's pursuit has ended, resulting in a statistically significant reduction in security risk. However, the captain has authorized Seska's return to service. The concept of redemption seems to take priority over a deserved court-martial. Consequently, Seska is under dedicated surveillance. I will not repeat the initial error of underestimating her duplicity. The captain has scheduled a celebratory gathering in the mess hall to mark the successful resolution of the protracted Kazon engagement. My observation that such a gathering is illogical and inefficient, considering the enduring threats of the Delta Quadrant, was met with the suggestion to unclench. I found this directive illogical. Supplemental 1. During a classified mission, Voyager acquired schematics for a 29th century mobile emitter, a device designed to remotely power holographic instances. The doctor promptly articulated an irritating enthusiasm for anticipated field operations. However, research is postponed until engineering has performed a mandatory safety check. Supplemental 2. We have lost contact with our reconnaissance probe, strongly indicating an encounter near Borg territory. The captain and commander have articulated their concern regarding the region's characteristics. Borg space offers no resources for sustainable operation. And the Borg,
I'm doing well, Chris. How are you doing this morning?
To the Federation. Surrender is not a viable strategic option. The Borg's objective is exclusively assimilation.
All right. So that was Tuvok's accounting of what happened last sector and kind of beginning of this sector. So let's listen to Tom.
Tom Paris. All right, log's got to be quick. There's a party in the mess hall, and I am not missing out on that cake. Kazon space is behind us, but Seska, well, she's still around. The captain's actually handed her a get-out-of-jail-free card. Called it redemption. Reads well in fiction, but out here, not so sure. Yeah, I got my shot too, but I never actually conspired with the enemy to seize Voyager. That's a pretty big difference. Seriously though, Seska and Kulla were quite the villainous duo. Kulla, the chaotic brute, Voyager's sworn enemy, constantly trying to conquer our ship with his army of mindless minions. Seska, the manipulative femme fatale, the one truly in charge, pulling the strings in the background. Fighter. Hang on. After the party, I have to jot down some notes for my home novel. Supplemental 1. Ever heard of a mobile emitter? Probably not. We acquired schematics for this 29th century tech that lets you power a hologram anywhere. Finally, we can drag our beloved EMH out of sickbay and onto away missions. Naturally, the party poopers down in engineering are saying the thing won't be cleared for research until their mandatory security check is done. Where's the leap of faith in completely unknown technology from the future, guys? Supplemental 2. We have lost contact.
Getting cold in here in South Africa now.
Space. Not exactly what
It's like 70 degrees here, 74-ish, but it's kind of like a cold 74.
Sources in Borg space and careful preparation.
Hang on, my black lab is and wanted me to pet her.
The greatest known existential threat to the Federation. Food sources? I'm worried about assimilation.
All right. All right. You never played this game? So it was a newer game that came out a couple months ago. It's actually on PC, so on Steam. It's also on console as well. It's called Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. So think of it as like a survival game mode. You know those goofy phone games or whatever, like zombie stuff, and like you build up like your ship. Like you don't start like this. Like your ship is pretty much barren. But you build it up like a survival mode. What do you have to make sure your morale stays good? Food, energy, make sure you have weapon systems, making sure that you can upgrade certain things like your engineering section so you'll be more efficient. Also, you can research stuff. Like here, like there's different stuff you can research. As you can see, I have quite a few researched already. Haven't unlocked everything yet, but I think engineering I'm pretty much done with. Like all the rest of the stuff is like hidden technologies that you can discover based on missions. There's different crew members you can get. Delicious meals. Actually, this isn't a bad one. We'll do this one. Okay. But yeah, so I need to. But yeah, so think of like a survival game mode for Star Trek, and the whole object of the game, if you ever watched the TV series for Voyager, was to get the crew of Voyager home. A lot of people always complain about Captain Janeway. She always throws her crew and blah, blah, blah. Yes, she did. She made a decision that was controversial at the beginning where she valued, is it similar to Mass Effect? I've never played Mass Effect, so I don't know. That I don't have an answer. All I know is this is similar to other survival game modes that I've played, but I've never played Mass Effect though. So you have the dialogue from, characters. You have, oh, excuse me. You have, space battles and things like that that can occur. Um, but you're not really controlling the ship. You're kind of giving it commands, and the system will fly it for you based on what you want to target. Um, like, I don't know if you know anything about Star Trek Online, the game as well, which has been around for quite a while. I might actually start playing that actually as a game again. So, but yeah, so this is strictly just Voyager. It has multiple different endings. It has multiple like kind of beginnings at the like. I already found the secret ending, which is way back. I think I do it in episode 2 or 3. I don't think I do it in episode 1. But instead of us using the caretaker's array way back in the beginning, I decide to, my bad. Instead of destroying the caretaker's array, I decide to use it when we go back to like the Alpha Quadrant like immediately. So we never meet. We have Kess with us, but we never meet Seven of Nine. We never meet any other crew members. None of that ever happens because we don't get stuck in the Delta Quadrant. So that's a secret ending that you can do. But then even at the end, depending on how you build your ship, there's a different ending. Based off, hey, I do everything the Starfleet way, or I use a bunch of Borg technology, or I had some questionable decisions, and it just depends on how you built your ship is how you're going to have different, different results at the end. So for Mass Effect, I'm not sure. I've never played the game, so I can't. I don't speculate. But if it's anything like a survival game, then probably I would assume. All right, so we're going to go ahead and scan these. Oh, let me move my camera. 1 second. Camera options. Okay, we can move it there. Yeah, because we don't have to worry about how many turns we're taking. That doesn't really matter. So I think we're pretty full up on everything, so we don't really need to do anything here. But I'm just going to scan everything. I do want to have a little bit of Borg technology, just like we did in Voyager, the real show. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and... So this is the beginning of Scorpion. Yes. All right, we got everything covered. All right. All right. Didn't do too bad. So at least no one got infected like Harry Kim did. So that's good. Okay. Nice. You're still playing Legends mostly? Okay. Yeah, I've been kind of phasing Legends out because of the teammates and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of tired. I don't think there's any side quests or side missions in this one. Okay. Let's go ahead and activate the biolab. Because we're going to need... What level is this? Yeah, they definitely suck. I agree. So it's kind of just taking the fun out of it for me. And I haven't really been putting any money into it at all. I don't really care about any of the ships. So, like, I play with what I have, and that's about it. I used to kind of put money in it, but I've been playing for 3+ years now, so I'm just kind of tired of it. Honestly, the only game that I really played for much longer than that was Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, which is, of course, coming to an end. What? What, dog? What do you want? Do you want outside? Outside? Alright, hang on. I think my dogs went outside, so hang on 1 second. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to put my dogs outside. They wanted to go outside. Um, Anywho, so I'll have to let them back in a little bit. So we have that updating. Let's activate torpedoes because we're definitely going to need those. And I have not upgraded this already. So let's upgrade that. I don't have the technology for that yet. Craft some more torpedoes. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Yep. I'm gonna have more. That's another thing, like content-wise, I'll be adding more and more. Eventually, I'd like to do like a cool photo shoot on different locales. I am going to be creating more armor. One for another set for myself. My wife has a set that she's working on, and then also another set that I'm going to be helping her make. And then my daughter actually wants to do it, so you guys will be seeing more and more like that as well. Let's do this one. Okay. All right. Science. Let's look for mobile emitter. I don't know if that's going to be in engineering or mobile emitter. There it is. Let's craft some more torpedoes. Can I upgrade this more? Nope. Okay, and then Borg. That way we can start creating Borg nanites. Alright. Craft more torpedoes. So let's do Borg nanites. Okay, let's go ahead and save right there. But yeah, so I'll be adding more Star Wars content. I just added a new short this morning, actually, if you haven't seen it. That was from Friday night doing a event for 3 hours at a movie theater. So I had lots of people come up, get pictures, stuff with myself and others there were 6 of us all in armor and 2 handlers. So, which, help us take off the armor and help us put it on and stuff like that. So, oh, that's fine. I can boost the morale back. That's easy. All right. Oh, am I not researching anything? I have not played Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2, so I know of the game. I've seen others play it, but I've never played it. Like I said, I'm probably going to get into branch out to other games, so one I could always look at. But I like games like this. This is a different game. I don't really play survival games a whole lot, but This one, and then I have Star Trek Fleet Command on my phone, on mobile, and on my computer. So that's kind of like a survival-ish mode, sort of, but you mine resources, things like that. So that one's a little more in depth than this. I do enjoy Legends because it's just the naval aspect. That's the only thing that's kind of kept me in it. I wanted to start looking at World of Tanks and play that, but we'll see. That's I love naval aspect because I'm prior Navy, grew up in Navy household, so Navy has always been my thing. Um, and then analyze damage, board combat logs, and science lab. Oh, am I forgetting to do shit? Yeah, apparently I am. Whoops. Let's do... Hey Daniel, welcome in. It's hydroponics, science, labor managing, sick bay. But welcome in. Nothing much, just doing some streaming. Just streaming. Doing a lot of Star Wars stuff lately. Not video gaming, but making armor and such like that. Posting pictures on YouTube as well. Oh. Okay. Don't think I can go back. System here. Let's go here. Okay, hang on. Got a notification on my phone. Okay. All right, so let's start looking at Borg. Save. You're recovering from COVID. Oh, Lord. Well, hopefully you're doing okay, though. I've had COVID twice. One was the initial way back when, and then I had the second variant, which really knocked me on my butt. Oh, shit. Hang on, I got something in my eyeball. But hopefully you're doing okay. This one. All right. We're going to stop here because it's like a pit stop. Save. You're in the hospital for about 3 weeks. Wow. Yeah, that really knocked you on your butt. Are you back home now? How are you recovering now? Hang on. Do I have... Okay. Gotcha. Do I need to do anything for this? No. What about here? Alright, let's go ahead and save. You do want to save a lot in this game. Resume. So... Alright, we got all the samples we needed. We're way past that crow. We're way past killing the furball. But no, I didn't. I still have Tuvok and Neelix, no Tuvix. Unless you want him to get assimilated. Oh, there you are. Just saw your little insert there. Insert what? But hi, Krell. Welcome in. We are in the episode where we get to meet 7 of 9, though. So, 7 of 9 is in this sector, since we are dealing with the Borg. And there's no side quests on this one, too. Oh, yeah, I'm on the upper right-hand corner. Yep. Yeah, I put it up there because there's... In some of the game modes, like Legends, I keep it kind of in the middle where I had it before. And then on this game, because all that's up there is just the turn counter, which we don't really care about. It's not really that important. Also, for Sector 6, I don't think there's any side quests because we're dealing with the Borg. So... And we can't go forward or back. We have to kind of progress in the path with as Scorpion occurs. So we could choose this way or this way. So I think if we go this way, we're not going to get 7 of 9. If we go this way, we'll do it just like they did in the TV show. So we get 7 of 9. Although I kind of want to know what happens if I pick the other way. I don't know what happens. So maybe I'll do a playthrough on my own, and so I can figure out what happens. That way I know. All right, so now we progress into the next section of, I think, maybe. So let's look at the sector. Yep, so here. Try it Thursday and lasted 10 minutes. Oh, I can't scan other systems yet. Yeah, I played yesterday, and honestly, yeah. So, Carl, I'm sure you saw that I ended my stream very abruptly, and then I was still on Discord, so I could listen. I was listening to y'all chat, and I was still watching the stream. But honestly, I got pissed off at one of your teammates, that I was in a div with you. So I was really not okay with it. So I just bounced. So oh yeah. See, my thing was because I was getting focused like non-stop by the carrier. I was like, that's why I didn't really want to. So honestly, next, I don't know why that person was playing carrier the whole time, or for the most part. But yeah, I won't do that again. I have no intention of doing carrier the entire time. Cause yeah, like I was trying to isolate each destroyer. I knew you were staying far enough back that I couldn't do anything. You were hanging out near the cruiser, which was fine. And I was just trying to spot the cruiser, but I was trying to deal with that other cruiser and try to isolate him because I know I could smack the crap out of him. Because pan European, but my ship was better. Also, its health bar was terrible, so I don't know what the hell they were playing theirs. And then, and it wasn't even like he started focusing me towards the end. It was focusing me like damn near the very beginning. So, yeah. Which I was really irritated about. The funny part is whenever I jumped in the carrier, we won. So to me, don't get me started. Anyway. But also when I play carrier, I don't focus. Like I'll ping the shit out of destroyers so people know where they are. But like I'm trying to whittle down other ships too. And I'm not just going to beeline it every single time for someone who I know is on the other team that we're maybe divvying up against. So, sure, if I'm like the last person, go right ahead. At that point, the game's over. But there was still enough time where it all, like we were doing well, and then the whole game flipped because I have no idea. People just got focused, unfortunately, and it just happens. So, because I wasn't really paying attention, I was just trying to capture bases and trying to be like a screen against the other pan Europe destroyer, trying to eliminate them. But I couldn't get close enough because that one of your div mates, in the Worcestershire sauce, the Worcester, and I know Worcester I think has radar if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but there's no way I can stand at the DPM, so I'm not stupid. Not going to go up against that, try to gun a destroyer down while that's right there. They can gun me down pretty quickly, which is exactly what happened at the end. And mind you, if it looked like I was screening that one destroyer, we started all the way off on one end of the map, and we kind of flanked each other going across the other end of the map. So I was staying with him the whole time. So, because I knew you were back, like doing the typical Kaba stuff, which is fine. That's what Kaba does. But that one I was trying to, because the other destroyer was doing the right thing. He was trying to contest caps. He was trying to, capture bases, which is what I was doing, and screening for torps, kind of using my radars when I need to. Yeah. But my thing that kind of pissed me off, that caused me to turn it off, was because I deleted one of his messages, which was it popped up because I kept saying just like fuck off, like just like leave me alone, But he took it as something like I'm telling him, I don't know who this person is. All I'm telling is, God, who's the carry player? Leave me alone. Like, fuck off. Like, literally, that's how I'm saying it in my chat or, on there. But then he responds to it after I blow up. When he responds saying, oh, no, you fuck off. Like, kind of like that. I'm like, really? So I was like, okay, strike one. And then as the banter as he kept typing in chat, because I didn't respond to him at all in chat. So I didn't say specifically about this person's name, like, hey, you, stop, never said any of that. Never went at, like, who wants to be focused by anybody? Nobody. But when I can't see you, yeah. So obviously that's why people don't like carriers, which is why I try not to focus down, or if I do, I whittle down you enough so my teammates can help pick you off. Hang on, Daniel. I'm just trying to vent. So, and he was like kind of laughing in chat, and I was just like, yeah, this person's a douche. So, anyhow, yeah, so that's why I kind of jumped off. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. I just said, and because he was like, because when you guys started saying, oh, she jumped off, what happened, blah blah, it's like, oh, I think I have something to do with ha 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 ha. I guess I did my job, ha 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 ha, like that. It's like a troll. That's what that is. That's a troll. So I'm like, I'm not going to respond to that. But so back to this game. What are you trying to do here? So we are in the middle of the Scorpion mission. If Daniel, have you ever watched Star Trek Voyager? I'm going to keep talking. I need to go let my dogs in, but I'm going to keep my headset chat on so I can still talking. But if you've never seen the Star Trek Voyager series, about at the end of season 3? Yes, end of season 3, I believe. Yeah. Is when the Scorpion mission occurs. That's when not DS9, Jesus. Star Trek Voyager, they start entering Borg space. And that's where also that two episode part 2 episode, whatever, is when that's where you meet 7 of 9, stuff like that. Also where you lose Cass the very next episode. You've seen maybe 3 episodes. So anyway, do you know 7 of 9 at all? Anything about her at all? Have you seen the new Picard series at all? Because she's in there too. She becomes the new captain of the newer Enterprise. Enterprise A, B, C, D, E, F? No. Yeah, F. Enterprise F, I think. Because E was, I think Worf misplaced Enterprise E. I think it had like some type of cloaking device or whatever on it, and it, poof. He forgot where he parked it, laughingly. But Enterprise F, I think it was, so 7 of 9 is in charge of that one. Yeah, the hot Borg chick, the one with blonde hair. Yeah, that's her. But yeah, she's the new Captain Enterprise. I hope they really do a series for that. I would love that. Especially with Picard's son. 7 of 9 is the captain. Her first officer. I love that cast. I could get behind that cast because you still have the nostalgia of some of the older characters, and like if they do cameos with some of the older, I'm fine with that. They don't need to be recurring, but I want 7 of 9 on there as the captain. I want her as the captain. And then of course you have bring in some of the newer cast members, stuff like that, all good stuff. And then as a series, I'm talking not like a new series. And then, but actually make it longer, like not 10. I hate the 10 episode crap. Can we please get back to like 20 plus episodes, please? Like, I'm tired of the mini series bullshit. Anywho, just, I don't know. Don't get me started. But do like cameos of, the original cast members here and there. Like, Picard makes a, appearance and stuff like that, just checking on his son. Or Tuvok, I would love to see Tuvok again. Hell, I would love to see Janeway, she's a retired admiral or something, and maybe there's like a 2-part episode where she's having, dealing with the rigors of command, and 7 of 9 really is kind of understood, kind of like a come to Jesus moment of, how hard it is to burden of command. Like maybe that could like make that in like to a season 1, like end of season 1 kind of thing, like a 2-parter, like something that's really hard. Like she's a captain now, except enough. Something like that. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so this sector where there's no side quest for this one, this is literally us getting through the board and all that good stuff. So in the meantime, before I go to this cube here, I want to go here. Whoops, we got ambushed. Let's do start.
Orders, Captain?
I think I have 2 attacks. I need to put an engineering one. All right. Offensive actions. Let's destroy the shields.
Ability ready, Captain.
We do have 2 Balanas.
Ability enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
No, you're fine. I don't have a disruptor array. I'll take it. All right. Let's go here. We're trying to pick up resources right now, while we're waiting to create more Borg nanoprobes. I think the more we make, the better off we'll be. We're up to 7 right now. Okay. All right, there we go. Let's go here. System. Let's go ahead and save. But hope everyone is having a good weekend as of right now. If you are off tomorrow, I keep biting the inside of my lip. If you are off tomorrow, please remember, even if you're not, please remember why that day is a holiday. Remember those that have fallen, not just for the United States, but for anyone, wherever you are in the world, whatever country you're in, whatever creed, whatever religion. Remember those that have fallen in combat and wars, and then those that are left behind to deal with the effects. It's a memorial day. To me, it's not just confined to the United States, because the United States hasn't fought every war. It just hasn't. So it takes an effort, it takes a village. So remember those that have fallen. Put a toast up to them, and just thank them. And just remember them and their families, about them never coming home. So, sorry, I'm looking at chat over here, but camera's over here. But, think of the lives, that have impacted because they're no longer here. Their families, their loved ones, and that they made the ultimate sacrifice, So sorry, kind of get a little heavy in that moment, but remember why this weekend is what it is. It's not about veterans. I'm a veteran, but it's not about me. It's not about active duty military. We have our days. We have our moments. This one specifically is about those that are gone. They're no longer here. And like I said, I grew up in a military family. I have my dad, paramilitary, mom's paramilitary, my uncle, my cousin, my grandfather, my other grandfather on my dad's side. I have, throughout history, family members who have served. I served. I didn't serve very long, but I still served. And I wish the one biggest regret I have is that my service wasn't longer because I miss it. Fun note, I got a new job this past week. I didn't get a new job. I started a new job this past week. I work on a military base with military members, doing do x-rays with them. I'm a GS civilian, so I'm not going to say what base. I'm not going to do anything like that, but I work with service members, and I miss that camaraderie, that brethren. So that's the one thing I do miss. So, but yeah. But welcome in, Dewey. I saw you on there popping up. So, but remember, those that are no longer here. But all right, off that heavy moment, back to some gaming. All right. Oh, FYI, Spartan will be streaming tomorrow some World of Warships Legends as well. That'll be a longer stream. So I will be on there watching Spartan. So please tune into Spartan streams. Spartan doesn't stream as much anymore because Spartan also has a full-time job too. So, but yeah. So just, I don't have a disruptor. I'm just gonna do this one. Keyboard is so small. How much can this hold? Okay, we're good. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Scorpion. The rest of this, do some more Scorpion. Let's go ahead and save before we hit it. Yes. Your dad was a gunner on a minesweeper? Nice. Yeah, my dad did quite a few different jobs in the Navy. But like I said, that's the one biggest regret is I didn't serve longer. But, there was a reason for everything. Yeah, I was Navy. Fair winds and following seas. No, I saw the Semper Fi. So I saw the Semper Fi. And I have plenty of buddies who are Army, Coasties, Navy, Marines. Actually, I don't know a whole lot of Marines, but I know a couple. So, you're tripping on meds and you're old. Any senior Navy? Nice. Yeah, most of my family has been Army or Navy. My my cousin started, I think, in the National Guard and is going active duty Army. if I'm not mistaken, if he's not already. But then both my brothers who didn't serve, but they're both going to be GSs, so government service. Mom is doing government service right now too. Yes, that is correct, Dewey. Kaboom. We haven't quite got to her yet, but I think we're almost to the point where we're about to see her. There we go, right here. We will send a representative to your ship. I think we'll choose... I think we're going to do Balana. Here she is. Here's 7 of 9. Tertiary adjunct to Unimatrix 01. I speak for the Borg. What, send Tuvok? Nah. The reason why I didn't send Tuvok is because I'm trying to keep Kes as part of our crew. Because, you know, this is where she's starting to get visions and all that good stuff, so... I'm not gonna lie, I kinda wanna watch Scorpion now after this episode. After this. Okay, Balana's unavailable now. Alright. Hang on, I'll accept comms request. In a minute, I'm just scanning. Let's answer the comm. Red alert, battle stations. Cass needs to get laid. So since I've been producing nanoprobes, that's why we're able to get to this part a little bit faster. Should we integrate the ablative armor or not? Technically speaking, Voyager technically does. So if we don't do this, we're actually going against what they did on the TV show. So, what do you guys think? Should we integrate the module? You have no idea. Well, pick one. Don't integrate the module or integrate the module. So, in the actual TV series, we do. Flip a coin. Okay, I'll flip a coin. Fine. I gotta find a coin first. I don't think I have a coin. What's money? Pennies don't exist anymore. To confirm and to not confirm, that is the question. Integrate. Integrate. I don't think I have a coin. Go against protocol. All right, so I have 1 for 1. I need one person to. The next person that writes in will integrate it or will not integrate it. So right now I have 1 for and 1 against integrating the module. So the next person that votes, if no one votes in a certain time period, then I will flip a coin for it. If I can find a freaking coin, install it. All right, integrate the module. All right, so let's look at Borg armor module. Increases hull integrity by 50. All right, hang on. Oh, wait, I could be... Yep, gotta vote for it. Enter ship. Begin research. Alright, we have biomolecular warheads. Hey Kev, welcome in. Welcome. Alright, we have our Borg module. System, we're still good on materials. Ship, let me actually change something up real quick. Oh, hang on. 1, 2. Alright, so now that we got that, let's go after this. Answer the comm. Yes, so we're going to leave systems 3, 4, and 5 behind now, because as we're progressing through the story. For at least for this one. Normally on the other missions, I don't think we lose access. I know before Sector 6 we don't. Yep. See right there, since we installed the armor module, we couldn't blow them out into space. So. Okay. I was going to integrate resistance as futile jest. You will be bored. Never! Never. I'll say Captain Janeway's line. Better, but she'll be destroyed as well. Better than being one of you.
What are your orders, Captain? Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Use the Borg nano probes. Holy, she's right. About to say holy shit.
What are your orders, Captain?
Ready to blow up some ships?
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Look at this. Like shooting fish in a barrel.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Kaboom! Gee, who'd have saw this coming? Betrayal. Deception. Betrayal. Oh. Disgrace. Alright, let's see. Which one has the highest chance? 75%, 85%. I think this is both of them. Yeah, we did it. 1 or 3? Yeah, we did 1 because that one had the greatest chance to succeed. Who will get relegated, Spurs or? I think the Spurs are gonna win tonight and force it 2-2. I think. Um, and I think on Monday night tomorrow, I think the Cavs are gonna get swept by the Knicks. All right, so now we gotta wait for a call from the doctor. Oh, we got one more. Good thing we upgraded our sick bay. Now we have X-Borg. Green homeless icon indicates that you have board crew. Without a combination for board crew, you'll need to build alcoves instead of crew quarters. So we have 3 X-Borg, so it's not just 7 of 9, it's a couple more Borg. Look, there's another one right there, same outfit. Ah. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't really care who, I don't, now she becomes hot. Actually, I think we were able to blow out those people out of space. I think 7 of 9 would have been the only one, I think. I know, it's supposed to skip over a few episodes. But technically, they can stimulate follicle hair growth, which wouldn't take very long. So. Okay. So, yeah, whoa, 9 of 9. All right, I don't have the technology yet. Hang on. All right. So we're not quite done yet. Okay. Okay. So now we're just kind of waiting till 7 reports back. There we go. So you will leave this sector behind if we do this. I think so. I think we're ready. Not the only one. No, the Enterprise E. A lot Defiant. Defiant was specifically designed to combat the Borg. Guess found a vibrator. All right. We did it. So we're traveling to Sector 7. I'm not going to continue with this. So this is the ending to the episode after Scorpion and the episode 2 of season 4. So in this case, see, Kes disappeared in the TV show, but because you saw that, oh, we'll send Tuvok to do the thing, the Doctor helps her, and then Tuvok helps her again, she's still with us. So. All right, we got the Astrometrics lab unlocked in Science Tech Tree, which not Kes, but Seven and Harry Kim work on.
Personal log, Lieutenant Tuvok. Kes's psionic abilities resulted in a spatial jump which propelled Voyager open.
All right, so let's go ahead and save. Technically, let me see. All right, so that's where we're going to end it right here. We got through Scorpion. We have 7 of 9 now. We are now in Sector 7. I'm going to restart this so we can listen to what Tuvok and Paris also say. But looks like there's a blue mission here too. So looks like we're back to having pray. Oh, this must be Hirogen. Okay. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. This was episode 10. We still have sector 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 to go. So there's at least 6 more episodes in this mini-series. Kind of took our time during the first beginning part, even though there's only 12 sectors, but kind of did a lot. Now we're just kind of moving through to get to the end as well. The last couple episodes, maybe like the last one, will probably be longer because there's multiple different endings, and I don't know the different endings. So I'd like to see what happens. So we may save it and go back to where we saved it and then do a different ending and then do a different ending and, and see what happens. Because there's ones where there's quite a few. I think there's 4 different endings at the end that can occur. So, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today. I'm glad I'm back streaming again. Doing this again because, I love Star Trek. I just love Star Trek. Love Star Wars, love Star Trek. Keep an eye out for future content for my Mandalorian armor that I've been working on or been completed on. Choices for endings like how we ended up probably with that early game choice. But yeah, so hope you guys are enjoying this series. Like I said, you can always go back and watch the first 9 episodes as well. I try to keep the episodes around an hour and a half long, somewhere around there. But yeah. Yep, but thank you guys. Enjoy your weekend. You too as well, Daniel. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I already saved it, so you guys get to hear the outro. But yeah, see you guys later. You too as well, Kev.